Hello everyone and welcome back to jQuery lessons on Codecademy. So in the last lesson we were looking at other new functions, and one of the functions that we looked at was animate, another one was keydown, double click and things like that. So today we're going to have like a small project as we do in every last section of the projects here. So like section if you want to call it. So let's get started. So now that you've got a solid foundation in jQuery events and have covered important functions like keydown and animate. So keydown, just a reminder, is when a key from the keyboard is pressed, something happens. It can be any key button, which is kind of annoying, but let's see if we can get around that. We might learn about that later on. And animate, which just allows us to move an object such as a picture from one point to another, and it requires an action, or you can also do it without an action, but it really depends on what you want to do. If you don't want there to be an action before it moves, then you can just put it straight away into script.js after you've done the document.ready thing. So we'll put our newfound knowledge to work. In this section we'll animate a sprite or two-dimensional image on the screen. For this momentous event, we've chosen a familiar face. Check him out in the result tab. Yay, everyone knows Mario. Let's get started. First, get your document.ready. So let's just do that. And that is not how you spell ready. There we go. Moving on. Using .keydown. Good, now we want to add a line of jQuery that will handle the keydown event. So inside your document ready setup, call the keydown event on document. So what we need first of all is function here, and then we want to have this here. Okay, now that we have that, we need to pass the keydown event. So we want to pass that on our document dot keydown. Then inside of that we want again function, if I can spell that correctly, there we go. I want that to be indented like that and this not as indented. Just trying to keep everything organized. .keydown function, pass the keydown function as an input. So here's the twist. Your function should take a single input, key, which will help jQuery figure out which key was pressed. So does it mean key in function? I don't completely understand. Document.event. So yes, that is what it actually means. It wants it to be the argument. Okay, so we are going to figure out what key is pressed at this moment, is my guess. So filling out the cases. Great work, now it's time to animate our character based on the user's input from the keyboard. So we're going to be moving him left, right, up or down. Simply put. Every key pressed on the keyboard is translated into a number for the computer to use. So if you look up ASCII table, you will see that each key, even the arrow keys, the tab key, have their own number. Just look it up on Google and you will see that you might find an explanation something on like Wikipedia or something about that. Read about it if you are really interested. I will not go into too much detail for now. So every key press, okay, I have said that. Don't worry about memorizing them. For now we've given you the basic script.js. So you have left arrow key pressed. So in the case of 37, which we'll find out what key that is in some time, we want to animate the image, so in this case Mario, to be moving left minus 10 pixels. And what this does is actually adjusts the border. So it's going to be moving it, yes, to the left. This is going to be moving it to the left because we're making it minus 10 pixels. Minus equals 10 pixels. If we made it plus equals 10 pixels, that would move it to the right. And fast is just the speed at which it's going to happen. You can also put how many milliseconds in there if you really wanted to. So the left arrow key on our keyboards translates to number 37 on the computer. When that key is pressed, we animate our image to the left by subtracting 10 pixels. So to move up, we subtract 10 pixels from the top. To move right, we add 10 pixels to the left. And finally, to move down, we add 10 pixels to the top. So can you fill in up, down, and right? What happens if you add 10 pixels instead of subtracting? So let's do that then. Oh, okay, this is already kind of here. That's good. Let's make our image move, complete the code for up, right, and down. So this is our case of if our left button arrow key is pressed, up arrow key press. Let's actually space this out a little bit differently, because this is kind of annoying me. There, I want it to be like this. Okay, and up arrow, I will copy this line over for all of them, but then just change a few things in there. So this is left, but we want, okay, let's start with right. So left and right, I want this instead of minus equals to be plus equals. Oops, there we go, plus equals. So that's going to move it to the right because the left border is increased by 10 pixels. Then let's do the up, and to do that we want up here, if I read correctly. Yes. Oh no, it's top actually. There we go. And here I also want top, but in this case I want to subtract, and in this case I want to add. So let's see if that's correct. Let's see how it moves. As you can see, I'm pressing down currently, and now I'm pressing right. Now I'm going to press up, and it moves up. Now I'm going to press left, and it moves left. So we have made the animation work. So as I said, basically what this does is adjusts the left border to be less, to be 10 pixels less than it already is, and it moves the animation to be quicker or fast. You can also put something like 1 millisecond, which is going to be extremely quick. So let's just try that out. That should be on left key, on key press left. And okay, once that's finished, so now I'm going to press left. As you can see, it moves pretty much instantly. I think that you can also do 0 to be definitely instantly. Let's just try that out. And okay, here we go. And yes, you can't put 0 to be instant. But I will change that back to fast and save and submit and move on. If it's going to allow me to move on. There we go. Back to editor and moving on. You did it. Great work. Your sprite now moves to the left, right, up and down when you hit the A, S, W and D keys. No, those were the arrows. We can add those keys though. What other effects would you want to add in order to make a basic game? So how might you add a background, give your character the ability to jump, or include text? Feel free to check out the jQuery documentation to see what other jQuery magic is available to you. So what I'm actually going to do now is find the ASCII values for W, A, S and D to add that code on and also explain that. So I will be back once I have done that. Okay, so actually these are not ASCII values. I did however manage to find the values of W, A, S and D. And the value for A is 65, W is 87, D is 68 and S is 83. I found them on this website, so thank you to whoever made it. I'm not sponsored or anything by it. If you want to check it out, you can. So now if I go full screen and try to test it out, as you can see, Mario moves and I am actually pressing the keys down here. I mean I am pressing W, A, S and D and not the key arrows, which you can see by the fact that I'm getting the search bar. And if I do something like that, that happens, which is kind of annoying and probably not why, probably why you wouldn't use the W, S and D keys, but the key arrows. So yeah, if you really want to have both of these, then you can have them both at the same time. So now if I can still use the key arrows without changing any of my code, and once that stops moving, I can still use my W, A, S, and D keys, and Mario still moves. So let's save and submit, and we get a badge, and everybody is happy. That's all for now, folks. Click save and submit code to rescue the princess. Finish this lesson rather. There is no princess yet. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then please like it, share, and subscribe. If you didn't though, give me a dislike, tell me why you didn't like it so that I can improve for the next lesson. If you have any questions, as I've said many times before, please feel free to ask in the comments down below. I will answer it as soon as possible. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.